Hey guys, it's Crimson and welcome back to my channel. As you could see from the intro, today we are going to be making some Black Butler themed makeup. Now, when I came up with this idea to make Black Butler themed makeup, I got shopping online and found that there is nowhere where you can buy Black Butler themed makeup. And that made me very sad, so I made these totally off the top of my head. The first one I made was the Grell Sutcliff palette. And as you can see, it's got red, pinks, and some neutrals. So it's a really great palette to have. It has a lot of natural color, but it's still character based, which can be hard to do. So let's start DIYing. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is your empty palette and a candle. And then I'm taking 1/4 of a red crayon and a 1/4 teaspoon of coconut oil and some vitamin E oil. And I'm going to heat this over the candle until it all melts together. So after it's all melted down, it's time to pour it into the palette. And I chose the biggest section on the bottom of the palette because I want the most red to be in this palette. Now move on to the next color. I'm going to have 5 little pellets of beeswax, an 1/8 teaspoon of coconut oil, and some vitamin E oil. Now I'm just going to heat this over the candle too until it's all melted down. Now I'm just going to add this really nice light pink peach colored eyeshadow, and you only want a little bit because you want this to be a very neutral shade. And then I'm just going to heat that against the candle to make the eyeshadow blend into the wax. And after you're finished, I'm just going to pour this into one of the smaller partitions in the palette. Now I made another batch of that, 5 pellets beeswax, 1/8 teaspoon coconut oil, and a little bit of vitamin E oil. And I'm going to be adding this really vibrant rosy red color, and I'm going to empty it in using a brush just because I can't actually hold the palette above the teaspoon. And then I'm just going to heat that over the candle until it comes together and pour it into one of these smaller compartments. Now I'm doing the same thing again, only I'm going to use a dusty ruby color. I'm going to get that all mixed together. And this is going to go in the 3rd small compartment. And then I'm going to set it aside and start mixing up the last color. And I'm doubling the recipe to 10 beeswax pellets, a 1/4 teaspoon of coconut oil, and a tiny bit of vitamin E oil because we're going to be filling a bigger partition in the palette. So after it's all melted down, it's time to add in the pigment, and I'm going to be using a really super old light pink shimmery eyeshadow. And make sure you get enough of it in to actually bring the color out because it takes quite a bit of shadow to actually make it pigmented on your lips. So after that's all mixed together, just pour it into the last partition in the palette. And then put this in a refrigerator to set. Now I'm going to be putting the Here's the Jijin logo on the front with the words Grell Sutcliff lip palette. And I'm going to be cutting it out of some printer paper that came out of my computer. And I'm going to be using these ripply bladed scissors just to add some effect. To attach it, I'm just going to lay it on the bottom half of the palette and take a piece of masking tape and just place that down over it. And now I'm just going to chop off all the excess tape. So this is what it should look like. And once we're done with that, I'm going to take this little miniature lip brush and just put it on the tool compartment in the palette so that it's a complete set. And that's all there is to this. It's really simple and easy. So that was how I made them. I really love the way they turned out. And because I had an identical eyeshadow palette, I went ahead and made an Alois Trancy palette too, because he is my second favorite character out of Kira Tsuji, and who doesn't love purple lipstick? So if you guys want to know how to make this lip palette, then hop right on over to part 2 of the Black Butler themed makeup DIY. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and if you would like to see more of this kind of stuff, then please subscribe to my channel. I'll save you all for later. Bye bye, smooth.